Good morning, everyone. I'm Shagun Shukla, and I'm from Biotechnology Department. Today we are covering the topic Introduction to Chromatography. What the term chromatography means. Chromatography, if we bifurcate it, it's a chroma plus graphy. Chroma, it means color, and graphy means if you want to represent something on a paper or on a planar form. Chromatography is basically a separation technique, a separation method with the help of which we can separate a mixture of compounds into individual components of it. And we achieve this target by with the help of two phases. That is, the one is the stationary phase and another is the mobile phase. The stationary phase, it remains fixed inside the column or on a plate, which acts as a phase on which the our components are separated, and another phase is the mobile phase, which is the moving phase, which takes our sample, our analytes, our mixture of analytes, and pass it through the stationary phase, and we achieve different components in their individual forms. What is the principle of chromatography? The mobile phase, which we refer, that we were talking about, it contains the mixture, our different analytes, for example A, B, C and D, and it passes these mixtures over the stationary phase. In the stationary phase, our analytes either interact with the stationary phase or with the mobile phase. Depending on the differences in the interactions, our compounds are separated. The more the affinity a compound has towards the stationary phase, we will achieve the different component in a mobile phase. The less the means whichever affinity our analyte is having with, it will stay with that phase only. The analyte is having an affinity with the stationary phase, it will stay with the stationary phase. If our analyte is having affinity with the mobile phase, it will come out earlier from the column or in the TLC plate with the mobile phase. Basically, we have two types of chromatographies, that is column chromatography and the planar chromatography. Today we are discussing about the planar chromatography. Also, in planar chromatography, we have two types of planar chromatographies. That is, one is the paper chromatography and another is the TLC, that is thin layer chromatography. We will be covering about the TLC chromatography today in today's topic. Basically, the TLC and in the planar chromatography and the column chromatography differs in their application structure. In the planar chromatography, we have our stationary phase fixed over a plate or in a paper form. Whereas in the columnar chromatography, we have our stationary phase embedded inside a column structure. Okay. Thin layer chromatography. It is a thin layer chromatography technique by which we are able to separate our different organic compounds under the effect of either gravity or the capillary action. The best example to study about the planar chromatography, this chromatography is if we take a leaf and make its extract and apply it via the TLC chromatography, we will be able to separate different components of a leaf, different enzymes present in a leaf in their different individual components. That is, the carotenoids, xanthophylls, different type of chlorophylls. We will achieve different components in different forms. So the principle of TLC is that we are able to separate a mixture of compounds into the individual compounds under the influence of, in this case, capillary activity. The mobile phase helps the analytes to move upwards in the TLC plate, and we are able to separate our compounds. There are four stages when we have to apply TLC chromatography. First is sample application, second is development, third is visualization, and fourth is interpretation of results. In the sample application, this is a TLC plate. We draw a guideline with the help of a pencil, which will demarcate us where to place our samples on the TLC plate. We will also mark a finishing line to help us visualize till which line we will allow our solvent to reach in the upward direction. we apply our sample dissolved in the mobile phase on this TLC plate just above the starting line that we have marked. In the development phase, this is the phase which helps us to actually resolve or separate the compounds into their individual components. In this, we put our TLC plate into a developing chamber which is made of a glass, and we have a very small quantity of mobile phase present in this. The amount of solvent that we are using is just below the line, the starting line that we have marked. We will put a TLC plate in the chamber, cover it up, and allow the solvent to move in the upward directions. Along with the solvent, our sample, our analyte, the sample we have spotted on it, it will also move in the upward direction, getting dissolved into the mobile phase. And as it moves upwards, due to the affinity of the mobile phase and the stationary phase, we will get our components in different layers according to the affinities. After the sample, the solvent has reached till this line, our finishing line that we had marked, we will take out a plate, we will put it outside so that the volatile solvent that we had applied on it, it gets evaporated and our plate is in the dried form. Now we will visualize. I want to see where my different components are. How can we visualize? We put a TLC plate under a UV light. When we put a plate in under the UV light, what we get is the samples that are separated into different compounds. They are in the grayish color, in the fluorescent green background. The plate itself gets fluoresced. It appears to be fluorescent green, and our different samples appears to be gray in color. We also mark our different samples with the pencils, the spots we have got. Because when we will not apply the UV light, we will not be able to visualize our samples. That's why in the application of UV light, we mark our samples with the help of pencil so that we will be able to analyze it later on. And the fourth part, we have run the chromatography, but we want to interpret the results, what we have achieved. So how can we interpret our results? This is the TLC plate I was running. These are the different components that we have separated. That is 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 4 are from one sample, 2 is from different sample and 3 is from different sample. I want to know what is the characteristics of this 2 sample. So we determine the characteristic of a sample by knowing the retention factor. What is retention factor? RF. We calculate it by distance moved by the spot upon distance moved by the solvent. How can we calculate it? Distance moved by the spot is from where we have marked the sample, from this point till the spot is achieved. That's why we mark the sample with the pencil under the UV light. This is the X, this is the Y, the amount our solvent has reached. So X by Y we achieve our RF. And with the help of RF, we can identify what compound it is, what characteristics it has. So this is a brief run of a chromatography plate. We put our spotted plate with these samples in a tank. We provided some time so that it can run through the sample, and we achieve our different samples in the individual component form. What are its applications? We can achieve purity of samples. We have a mixture of components and we can achieve a purified form of a compound. The purified compound that we have achieved, we can identify if it is an unknown compound. If we have a mixture of carbohydrates and I want a specific type of carbohydrate, I can achieve that. I can separate different carbohydrates from a mixture of compounds. Advantages, it actually requires very less amount of equipments. It is very less time taking, it is more sensitive application, and it has a lower detection limit, because of which we are able to, even the small quantities of sample that we are having, because biological samples at many times when we experiment, we have very small quantities of sample. So with the help of this technique, as it has a very lower detection limit, small amount of sample quantities can also be separated. Disadvantages, the spots that we get, we often get faint spots. So that might be difficult to reproduce these experiments, and because this technique, it is totally a manual technique. We have to keep every other component constant, that is temperature, humidity, other conditions, we have to keep them constant. If any of the constants, any of the conditions are separated, we will not be able to reproduce the TLC. Okay, so this is one of the disadvantages of this technique. Also, in this method, we have a limited length of a plate. So due to this limited length, we have a limitation that we can't resolve or separate beyond this range. Whereas in other chromatographies, we can increase the column lengths, we can increase the column widths, by which we can increase our time and increase our resolution of separations. Whereas in TLC, this is one of the major disadvantages, that we cannot increase the length of the TLC plate beyond a certain point. Okay, also the separation takes, as I said, that it takes place in an open system. It is totally mechanical system. We are doing everything by hand. So we, either the conditions, either the temperature or the humidity, whichever changes, which any other conditions which change, any other solvent which we have changed, our entire method of separation will change. Okay. Thank you, and into tomorrow's lecture, in next lecture, we will be continuing with the columnar chromatography.